Hello and welcome. In this video, we will be further looking into trigonometric ratios. Now, first things first, we're going to be reviewing what we learned last lesson, SOHCAHTOA. The SOT in SOHCAHTOA stands for sine equals opposite over hypotenuse, the cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan opposite over adjacent. If this is not making sense, review the lesson beforehand, speaking about this in further detail. Now, this question, they want us to find the value of x, and to do this, we need to find the trigonometric ratio that uses this side and this side. Now, this side is the adjacent and this side is the opposite, so we want tan. Tan of 30 is equal to opposite x over adjacent 3. So now if we do 3 tan of 30, or 3 times tan of 30, equals x. Now, in our calculator, we type in 3 times tan of 30. Make sure you are in degrees, and we will get x equals 1.73-ish, somewhere. X equals 1.73, and then the unit is meters. Okay, that's the first question. Now let's look at the next question. Okay, give this one a go by yourself first, and then we'll solve it together. Okay, if you need more time, pause the video. Now, in this problem, they want us to find what y is, and same thing, we need to find the trigonometric ratio that uses this side and this side. Now, this time, this is the hypotenuse, and this is the adjacent. So cosine is what we want because of c in SOHCAHTOA, right? So cosine of 38 is equal to adjacent y over hypotenuse, 12. So 12 times cosine of 38 is equal to y. Now, plug that into our calculator, and we'll get 12 times cosine of 38, which is 9.46 approximately. And then we need to put the units, centimeters, right? And if you're wondering how we get from this step to this step, we times both sides of the equation by 12 to get rid of the fraction, and just to find out what y equals. Now, we're going to attempt one more question. If you're feeling confident, pause the video and give it a try yourself. Okay, so same thing as all the other ones before it. We need to find the trigonometric ratio that uses this side and this side. What is this? This is the hypotenuse, and this is the opposite. So, sine is what we will be using. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so we do sine of 30 equals opposite x over hypotenuse, 12. 12 sine of 30. Plug that into the calculator. It equals 6. Okay, we need to check the units. It's in meters, so add the meters. Now we have one final question. This time, we have two sides, but it's wanting us to find the angle. Now, to do this, we apply the same principle. This is the hypotenuse, and this is the adjacent. What contains these two? Let's write down the acronym. What contains adjacent and hypotenuse? Cosine. So, what do? We write cosine of theta, which is an unknown angle, equals to, we have, what? So adjacent 9 over 11. Now, you might be wondering how to do this. On your calculator, you should be able to see a button that looks something like this. All you need to do is type this in your calculator, inverse cosine of 9 over 11, and we should be able to get the angle. Now I'm going to type it in my calculator. Inverse cosine of 9 divided by 11 equals 30 35.096 degrees. Now, we're going to round up and write to the nearest degree. So we're just going to write 35 degrees. And that is all for this lesson. Now, next lesson we will be learning exact values.